Hello, Dr. Jessica with a couple tips for returning to school with some environmental thought processes. And a couple of things that I would just like to remind parents on is one of the biggest things that schools seem to be pushing for is this germ control, which is a topic of another subject, another day. But what we want to look at is what are they using to do germ control? Because the products they're using can actually annihilate the immune system, leaving kids more susceptible to illnesses than had they just been left alone. So one of the first things that has a ton of research on it is the bacterial pumps that kids will come in and they're no longer washing their hands, they're just going and using this pump. And what we're seeing with some of the commercial bacterial wipe things is that they actually annihilate both good and bad on the hand, and it's the annihilation of the good that is actually being more problematic, especially if your child is prone to eczema or psoriasis or skin conditions. And then the other thing that we're seeing is just the little 2 ounces has significantly more alcohol in it than like a shot. So when we're starting to put things on our skin, our child is absorbing that, and that is an alcohol. And there's some concerns and some quiet conversations about what that actually is doing to the kids as well. So what's our solutions? Number one, ask your teacher, is it a requirement? Like, does my kid have to do this to be in your classroom? And if it's a yes, because washing the hands isn't possible, or I don't know why washing the hands sometimes is impossible, but I've been amazed at some of the stories I've heard. Could you supply your own hand sanitizer for your child? And that's where, again, I love Young Living's Thieves Hand Sanitizer. There's a company that Whole Foods carries, EO, that makes a great lavender one. And they're significantly less harmful to the skin than a lot of the commercial brands that are out there. So could you supply that for the classroom? Could you supply that for your child? Most kids use mine, right? Most kids don't have a problem using their own things. And so just having a conversation with your child that says, hey, when your teacher says use this, go ahead and go to your hand sanitizer, not the classroom's hand sanitizers. And most of the time kids just like, okay, whatever, not a big deal. The big issue that I find is that my kids always smell better, and so now all the other kids are wanting theirs, which is fine. I just send extra because I'd rather everybody to be healthy than the other chemical stuff being used. And then that leads to, what are they using to clean the classrooms with? And sometimes that's just not an ability to get past, but possibly it is. So again, talk to your teacher. Could you bring in the 7th generation hand sanitizer or the 7th generation wipes instead of using the bleach wipes? Could you bring in the Thieves wipes? There's products that are out there that are sealed that are just the same look as their commercial brands. It's just lots less damaging to the individual. So it can be just an issue that the teacher doesn't know and would be more than willing to make the switch. And then you just, bulk order it and send it in. So start looking for ways that you can lovingly educate and you can start taking care of your child, because it's these little things that start to add up over time that begins to annihilate that immune system. And that's the biggest name in this whole entire game of staying healthy, is how can I remove the day-to-day burdens or the day-to-day attacks that I'm kind of doing to myself. And that's that. Once people start to understand that little things over time are the reason why people have big health crises, it's never just a big thing that happens out of the blue. It's these little things. That's when we'll start to kind of take back our own family's health and really be warriors for staying healthy. And so I encourage you to think a little bit outside of the box with all of this. Create solutions for your teachers, because let me tell you, they deserve a high five. If you are still using stuff in your home, maybe start there too, right? Look at the 7th generation, look at the Thieves hand wipes. Those little things can make a big difference down the road. So I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.